Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for watching. On this episode, I will be taking apart the whole front of the car, the grille, the bumper, this valance cover, quarter panels, all the stuff on the inside of the car, so I can start stripping the paint in the engine bay, wire wheeling it, and repainting it so it'll be ready for the engine when it comes back. Engine number 2 is in the machine shop. It'll be probably about a month, a little more than that, before that comes back. So when it does get back, I want the engine bay ready for the engine to go right back in. Then I'll start getting into the firewall stuff, end up rebuilding the transmission later on. But for now, we're going to be spending the majority of our time disassembling this whole front end of this car and the suspension and start painting it. I think I got all the bolts loose for the front valance cover. These long ones go on the top. These short ones go on the bottom. One of these, this one had a nut on it, which was just horrible to get to. It's kind of goofy shaped, or I don't know, something went wrong. Took forever to get it out. So now this should come loose, except it's actually attached to the quarter panel like it should be, so I gotta take those bolts out over here next. Okay, I finally got the front valance cover off. It was not easy because it's all bent up and wrecked. But here it is, the lights are good. That's nice. I'll just have to buy a new one of these because it's going to be pretty hard to fix this one. I finally got all the bumper bolts loose. It was quite difficult because they were rusted so bad and the front end is kind of bent up, so it's hard to reach some things. One of them broke, and I think that's a good case scenario because they come out faster that way. Of course, well, there's bolts on the outside I'll have to get first. Okay, well, there's only 3 bolts holding it on, so now I gotta find somewhere to put this. Yeah, now we're digging into it. Doesn't look horrible right in here. There's a nut in there. I don't know how the heck you get to that. Maybe through there? I don't know. I do not know. I understand now how the quarter panel was bolted on. It uses one of these special nuts a lot of you guys might be familiar with and I'm not familiar with. Probably order some more of those because I feel like if you lose it in that hole, it's gone. I removed the rocker panel molding. I googled how to do it because I didn't know, but you basically just push down on the top and pull up from the bottom. Do that alongside the car and the whole thing will just pop off easy. Now I'm going to start removing the fender on this side. So I had the clip on the inside of the door here twist off because the bolt is frozen. So I used, as you can see, this very long drill bit to reach. Got it from Harbor Freight. Actually did a pretty good job. It chewed through it right away because I'm not able to open the door all the way like I should. It's of my limited space. But this 1 foot long 3/8 drill bit worked just fine. Now this quarter panel I have loose, but I need to take out the antenna. Then we'll have this quarter panel off. This is what we're working with on the passenger side. Not a lot of rust around here. Just have to repair these 2 spots. I'll have to fix this spot. This is what you call the surprise rust that you don't know about until you take the car apart. But I will be able to fix that myself. Nice good foundation here. Should be able to buy these splash guards new. Not too bad. Yeah, this was a nasty screw to get into. Just got that 1 foot long drill bit, stuck it through the door and drilled it out. Worked just fine. Almost have the bumper off here. Not very heavy, but it is bent. I think I have a good lead on a new one though. Well, it's not new, but it's not bent. I took out the 6 bolts for this. Mine is in pretty good shape. I don't think I'm going to replace this. Plus they're expensive. It's a little bent, but I think I can fix that. I think it's a rock guard or something. But once you take it off, this grill piece and the headlights piece get pretty wobbly. I'm about ready to take this light off. 2 bolts right here left that held it on. I'm also taking this video so I can remember how to put it back together. And you guys will know how to do this too. But looks like we have 2 light bulb plugs to get out of here. Okay, then the horn wires right here. You can get it off. Taking out this little clip. I'll remove this grommet carefully. Another thing I'm going to have to take note of is this vacuum line here that's not connected to anything, so I really don't know what it does. I do have a manual so I can just look it up, but I did figure, I don't know a lot about these cars, that the vacuum canister goes here, which is laying on the floor over there. I did not realize that one went here until now. It kind of makes sense. So I'm sure that's what this vacuum line goes to. Well, I got it out. Took a while to get these plugs through the hole without breaking anything. There was 3 vacuum lines in this area. This one I didn't see in the bottom. You gotta take this one off, this one off. This one was just hanging out. Unplug these wires. Well, I guess I could have unplugged it there. Didn't see that. Well, I'm gonna put all these wires back and just unplug it there because that's a lot easier. Wish I would have seen that sooner. Now I'll move on to that side. I was able to get the other headlight assembly off. This clip down here gave me some trouble. This hole's kind of messed up, so I'll have to fix that. what doesn't help is the nut gets stuck, and then this twist and these thin little clips break off, and then you spin the bolt and it just gets difficult from there. Oh, I just noticed this here, a number 534, whatever that means. Here's our vacuum lines coming in. So it looks like we have 2 vacuum lines going to the passenger side, 2 going to the driver's side. This one would probably go to the vacuum canister and the wheel well. But overall, we are making progress on the car. I'm gonna try to take these bumper mounts off. All right, everyone, I got drilled out the first bolt here. I don't know a lot about how these are put together, but it looks like the back of the nut here is hex shaped, and that's what holds it in this hole in the back here, which was once a hex shaped hole. So I drilled this out, and the bolt could turn in here, and I'm sure you are wondering, how did you keep the bolt from twisting in the hole? Luck. That is all. This one is still stuck in there, so I'm going to drill this one out also. So that's where we're at. I have a good set of drill bits. Thank you, Dad. So I'll continue on. I was able to get this other bumper mount off, though we had some more trouble with the bolts here. This one came out. It's kind of loose to start with. This one was loose. I kept working at it for quite a while, back and forth, spraying PV blaster on it. Then on my way back, it just broke. So I'll have to drill that one out also. I did get the battery box out. Not too difficult. Usually the cars here are pretty rusty, but this one isn't too bad. Looks like you can buy those online, so I'll just buy one of those and throw that one away. Don't have to restore that part. Okay, I have this broken off bolt right here. I was trying to work it back and forth with PV blaster. On the way back out, the head snapped off, so I'm gonna have to drill it out. I center punched it. I'm gonna start with a small drill bit, go very slow, and slowly step up the drill bit. Here we have hole number 1. I'm gonna step it up with another drill bit, all the way to a 1/2 inch. I got the bumper mounting bracket nuts out. You can see how they go in. They are kind of peened over on this little piece of sheet metal inside the frame rail. That's what holds the nut, and then the bolt goes in. So if your car looks like mine, you will be drilling these out. And to get this one out, just put a socket on it, twisted it, came out. So that's how you do that. But in order to fix this, I'm just gonna put a bolt through it with a washer on it and a nut with a lock washer. It'll be fine. The next thing I am going to do is remove all this wiring and vacuum lines around here. I'm going to undo the vacuum lines, then leave it mostly connected. So when I go through to redo it, I have a pattern to go off of. The wires I'm going to undo, then flip them up over the hood or the windshield is the plan. Then I'll get rid of all this other stuff in here. The power steering stuff I'll get out of the way. Motor mounts I'll take out so I can start disassembling the suspension so we can start getting this thing painted. I touched the grounding strap there, and I don't know what's on this wire, but it really sticks to your hands. But I'm going to pull out the washer fluid hose next. I won't, it still has water in it. I won't be needing this for quite some time, so it's gonna be probably one of the last things this car will get put in. So this is held on with electrical tape. I'm going to remove the hood hinges next. I've been spraying them with PV Blaster for a while, so hopefully they come right out. Okay. I got the motor mounts out. Was not very difficult at all. They look good. Right now I'm pulling out all these vacuum lines, wires. See, I don't know where some of this stuff goes at all. I'm guessing, this is just a guess, some of it might go out this hole, or a hole, because there's a vacuum canister that goes here, the one that's over there. So I think some of them go there, but I don't know which ones. I see these are color coded, green stripe, yellow stripe, but since this is all unhooked anyways, I may have to just refer to the manual when it comes time to be putting this stuff back, because it was all unhooked already, so I don't know where it goes. I know this goes to the engine. This wire was unhooked already, but I see it goes to this distribution block here. So that one's easy. Over here for this wiring, we don't have a solenoid, but I'm pretty sure it goes here. I unplugged the wires for the alternator wiring harness. Be careful when you undo this end, because this has a poke your finger device built into it. Does not feel good, so watch out for that. I'm going to pull this wire through all the holes and then just take it and flip it over the windshield. That'll stay. This little bracket here broke off the master cylinder, so let's see if it has brake fluid in it. Are there any guesses? I'm going to guess it's dry. Ooh. Yes, it is dry. Okay, I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna finish cutting off the rest of this exhaust just to get it out of here, because it's making a mess on my floor. So I'm gonna take the grinder to it. Go after this one next. I can get in here. Got it out. I'll deal with this later. We're a long ways away from the exhaust anyways. Getting this mud flap off here. There's screws that go in back here, which are very difficult to get to, so I don't know why they didn't put them in this way. But they put them in this way. But you can get them out, just not very easily. So we just have one more screw up here, one there, one there. There's one right here. which also held on this bracket, which is bent. I'll have to fix that, keep it